Hello, Grandmaster Ware once again. Thank you for tuning in. I want to thank everyone that have purchased our Masonic Maturity Through Scripture and our Blue Lodge Holy Bible Reference Guide. Yes, they are available on Amazon.com. Please go back to Amazon, if you will, and leave us a review. I also want to take a moment to thank all of the viewers and those of you that have subscribed to our YouTube channel and donated money, if you will, to help us in our mission and our purpose. I have a special offer here for 3 video transcripts. So any of you donating $20, you can get 3 video transcripts of your choosing. I will email them to you. So all of these, the purchasing of the books, the transcript purchases and donations help us to keep everything rolling, if you will. Now, let's get down to business. The tenets and virtues of Masonry are to be ever present in how we meet, how we act, and how we part. I like to refer to them as a map, M-A-P. And today we're going to address how the map, part 1 of the map, which is how Masons meet. I'm going to leave you with 3 principles of engagement in terms of how we meet. Now this information is good rule of thumb for any group, business, or individual. So don't think that it's because we're Masons, because we're talking Masonry, it applies to all businesses, groups, and or individuals. Okay, as a true Mason, as true Masons, we are to be upright in all that we do. We are to be upright in how we meet with one another. In our meeting character, our love and trust in God should shine through. So a Masonic lodge is said to be held on holy ground. And as Masons, every place we travel is to be treated as such, as holy ground. Because in 1 Peter 2:9, we're told that we are a chosen people, peculiar people, that should show praises to God in all that we do. So you might want to ask, you might want to question the relationship between the Bible and Masonry. But remember, we have the Holy Bible on our altar so that we can follow its teachings. We have been called out of darkness into His marvelous light. So again, brothers and sisters, we're in the world, but not of the world. We are to represent our Creator and act as ambassadors, which brings us to the first principle on how Masons meet. And that first principle is, you shall honor God by practicing virtues. In Philippians 4:8 it says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. So when we're meeting, these are the character traits that we should exemplify. In the lodge system now, we are to master our desires and passions. We should circumscribe them. We should make sure that we're in charge and in control of our passions and keep them within due bounds so that morality and equality are ever present in our meetings. Now, your ways and means within the lodge is to be transferred and evident in your life outside of the lodge. You see, the reason I say that is because truth has no variances. Truth is truth wherever it may be, for all time and all people. A true Mason should be like a cube. That's the best symbol to represent a true Mason, a cube, the same everywhere he goes. So walking in the truth of God is what allows us in our meetings to have the rich and the poor, the educated and the uneducated, the white collar and the blue collar to meet together, because the Lord is the maker of all. In the lodge system, put it another way, the yard man is as important as the attorney. Now, in the world, it took a pandemic for us to see the importance of truck drivers and the grocery workers and certain other, what we would have normally called menial jobs. But in the lodge system, everyone contributes, everyone learns. Yes, there are titles. Titles are given to denote the task that you are to perform within the lodge. However, it is important that we observe principle number 2, and that is that all who meet are seen as equal. There is much wisdom in seeing every member of your lodge as equal parts of the whole, because every person has something to contribute. So we meet as a universal brotherhood under a universal fatherhood. What I'm saying is the Son is as important as the Father. Just as in the spiritual realm, Jesus, the Son, is as equally important as God the Father. Here's why I say that. God created life, and Jesus gave us the instruction manual for life. So the meeting of men as equals, equally important to the whole, places all on common ground and provides for the multiplication of power. So in a prudent lodge, or a lodge where there is a prudent leader, there will be justice, which prevents the sin of partiality. In James 2 and 3, and then 8 and 9, it explains that if a man wearing a gold ring and a fine clothing comes into our assembly, and a poor man in shabby clothing comes in, and you pay attention to the well-dressed one and tell him to sit here, and then you take the poorly dressed one and tell him to stand over there or sit at your feet, you are not governing yourself as a believer or a Mason. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. So if you show partiality, you are committing sin and are convicted by God's law as a transgressor. Now, that gives us principle number 3. Show no partiality. You shall not do unto others that which you do not want them to do unto you. You see, Hebrews 12 and 14 tells us to strive for peace with everyone and for the holiness without which no one will see the Lord. So God created and gave us instructions for a moral life through his map, the Holy Bible. And when you operate according to that book, the Holy Bible, and your ritual, you will be operating fair and just. And in Masonry, Masons do everything fair and just. Only the evil will squeal. So what does all of this mean to you? In a good and true lodge system, you will learn how to obtain, maintain, and share the goodness of your Creator with the world in which you live and travel. If you go back to Luke 6 and 38, it teaches us that if we are of a giving and a forgiving spirit, we shall reap the same. Now, most people think that passage of Scripture is pertaining only to money. But what it tells us is that we all, and all of us, have something to give to our fellow man. even if it's a kind word. So by sharing what you have obtained, you're better able to maintain it in your spirit, which shall manifest itself as peace, power, and prosperity in your life. So this year, 2021, will become prosperous when you begin to stand steadfast, fair, and just in all you do and say. The principles and precepts of God and Masonry will not falter. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for reviewing this. Continue, please, if you will, to like, follow, and share us on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn. Tell others about our video channel and to subscribe to Mount Tabor Grand Lodge YouTube channel. You can become a partner by visiting Amazon and purchasing one of our books, if you will. Also, you can text or you can donate by texting GIVE to 281-524-4344 and just share whatever your spirit, your heart dictates. Or if you want something for your donation, don't forget we'll send you 3 transcripts of your choice via email for a $20 donation. Thank you very much. Remember, at Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, we strive to be an added value. We don't levitate, we elevate. Thank you.